Hello again. Welcome back to Asgard, and welcome back to Pixelgaard. It hasn't been long since the end of the last episode, because I'm really ready. Hey, there's a knockdown. I'm really ready to get on with what we're going to be working on today, and that is building. And it's high time. I've been wanting to get to building, I've just been getting sidetracked. And actually, we're going to start with the Pokeball workshop, and my plan is I'm actually going to have it right over here, kind of where I've placed this dirt out, just to get a general idea of whereabouts I want it. And I do think I'm going to add a little bit on the back there. I think so. But what I'm thinking is actually this right here. There's going to be a wood bridge that crosses over to there. That's going to be kind of slanted. We're going to do it with little tiles. We're going to do that here soon. We're going to be doing a lot of little tiles in this pack. So everyone that wanted to work on little tiles, we're going to be doing it on here for sure, because we're going to be doing a lot of our building on here. But then we can come through and it's going to be like stairs that come down and then enter here, which is going to be kind of open, like a little like deck area, and then it's going to step down into here where the actual forge is going to be, and some item storage for apricorns and our furnaces and stuff. And then actually from the deck, if you go on back through here, it's actually going to lead into like a little house type area is what I'm thinking. And I'm thinking the little house area is going to be 2-story. I don't know that we'll get the house area done today, but I do want to get at least a good amount started on the decking area and the workshop. The workshop's going to be kind of open. That way you can kind of see this little like valley that runs through here. Because my general idea is that this valley is going to stay kind of how it is. I'm going to shape it up, and we're going to do like maybe a little gazebo here near the water. And there's actually going to be a pathway that comes down between these two hills and kind of follows down through there. And so what we're going to have is kind of you walk underneath this like wood bridge that goes through. And actually over on this side, what I'm thinking is actually where our like temp house is, I'm actually thinking about flooding this and having almost like a little pond that's above water level. So we'll kind of have like a little pond here, and maybe some stuff on the edge here. But the bridge that comes across is the walkway is gonna kind of come over through these woods a little bit. So of course I'm gonna be going for a very nature. I'm gonna be kind of semi-basing it on Fuchsia City, because actually the gym I'm wanting to do, of course, is poison. And we were all picking out like what kind of badges we would want for our gym. And of course I want to go with the soul badge, because Koga and his daughter are beast. And it's really the only two, there was only 2 poison gyms really, if you count Koga and his daughter as the same gym. Because then there was that Roxy girl, which she's no good. She was like, what, the starter gym, I think, right? I seem to remember her being the starter gym. She was the one that played the guitar. This is what I remember, but it's been a few generations back on that one. So I want to go for the soul badge, and I want to kind of have a sort of a Fuchsia City feel, which of course was kind of like Asian inspired. So we're going to be going with that, and we're actually going to be using, of course, a bit of stuff from Chinese Workshop. I showed this mod off a little bit for one of the, was one of the builds that is in the pack that I'm working on. So we're going to be using Chinese Workshop a bit for this because it fits. We're going to be using a lot within this build. Cathedral mod's also in this pack. Cathedral mod's not really so much for me. There's not really too much I don't think that I'll use from Cathedral mod, but it's there because I know some people are going to want it. I know Purely in particular is doing like a medieval style build, so, which is my neighbor. Or one of my neighbors. But so anyways, with that said, let's go ahead and get into what we're going to be doing. I think we'll go ahead and start with the forge area first, and go ahead and get it laid out, and then I can build the deck based on where I'm going to have the forge at. And I was debating on color scheme. Because at first I'd actually thought about doing a dirt floor, and then I thought about doing a grass path, because with this texture pack, grass path looks a little bit different. But no, I think what I want to do, let me check, see what blocks I have. I know I have, well, there's some andesite, but I'm not going with that. I'm going to have to get smooth stone. I've got a little bit, but not enough. So I'll get that smelting up. Actually, on that note, one thing I want to do before I start smelting up a bunch of andesite is I've got enough inferium essence now. I haven't really been mining this. I see it a lot. I just don't mine it. I've been getting it from whenever you defeat Pokemon, they drop inferium essence a lot. But we're going to go ahead and make ourselves an inferium furnace, which has a little bit better efficiency. And we'll just set this up right here, put our coal in there, and whenever I get back, I want to go on a short journey. Whenever I get back, I'm going to smelt that stone. But the nearest desert is, I think that's the nearest one. I think that's a desert too. That's a desert. I'm going to fly... Oops, wrong Pokemon. First thing I need to do is I need to fly up north, and I need to go gather up some sandstone real quick. So I'll actually be back, unless something interesting happens in the desert. I'll be back once I get... I don't actually need that much for what I'm doing. I'm thinking I'll probably go ahead and mine up a stack while I'm there, but honestly, probably a half stack would be fine. Probably even 16 would be fine. But anyways, I'll be back here in just a minute. Okay, our stone is smelting up. I'm going to go ahead and grab a few pieces of this. We're going to do that, then that, and we get temple blocks. And there are temple blocks we could turn into temple bricks. And I think I want to go with those from Pixelmon. And I need to get that bridge put in. So I don't have to do this number anymore. But, oh, give me just a second. I do want to take out this sawbuck real quick. It's good, easy XP. And we get leather off of it too, which is nice. So anyways, I'm thinking in this area, and, you know, on one hand, I would like the floor to be raised, but then the only thing is, it makes everything uneven. Like, you can't put blocks down and stuff very easily. So I think what I might do, once this is all put in, is I might actually drop the grass with little tiles. You know, drop it down, you know, just a few notches, so that this actually sits up a bit higher. But I don't want it, you know, I don't want it a full block space. I just want it barely raised, just like there was stone put on the ground. So what I'm, actually, let me pop over here and make a shovel. At long last, I'm going to make a shovel. I'm always really bad about shovels, not making them, you know. And I'm just going to go ahead and dig up this ground here. I'm going to come over... maybe to here. Is that what I want to do? I think that's what I want to do. And I'm just going to put out the temple blocks like this. Oops. Yeah, I'm going to need a few more of those. That's fine, though. And I may spruce up the floor. I mean, honestly, it's a workshop, so we don't want it to be too ornate. But what I might do, whenever we start into little tiles, maybe add like ash or something on the floor. Or something like that would be alright. But anyways, we're going to have this little space here. And then actually this is going to be a full wall. This right here is going to be open, so you can kind of like see outside. I am planning on running like some fencing around here, so you won't be able to like walk out and off. But then this section right here is actually going to be a wall. And we're going to have drawers put up on here, but I just don't know. Let's see, how many apricorns was there? Okay, yeah, I can make that work, but I got to bring this out one more, because I'm going to have, basically I'm going to have 8 drawers. I'm going to have all 7 apricorns, and I'm going to have an ingot type, whether it be aluminum or iron. Chances are probably iron. Wow, that petal is huge. Alright, I got to beat it. So, I've got more, I don't know why I hopped down here. I've got more stone on me. Okay, so we'll bring the workshop, will be like this size. And then I can go ahead and grab the anvil and move it over here, because that's just going to go... well, actually, there's a couple things I need to grab. Just to get them down as kind of like placeholders where they're going to be. Well, I just was about to finish smelting and I just kind of wasted that, but that's okay. Let me go ahead and grab this out. And let me grab this inferium furnace. And actually, let me go ahead and make one more, just really, really quick. And then these furnaces, they'll get upgraded as we go, of course, into better ones. But I'm thinking that there's going to be 2 over there because, of course, we're going to do a lot of smelting. Basically, with the apricorns, you know, we're going to be cooking a lot of those. But I'm thinking that the furnaces are going to set out a block. So maybe right in here is where they'll be. And then, so then the anvil, we're going to have this set up. I wish there was a way to, like, place your hammer on the anvil. And, you know, just have it stored on the anvil. That would be awesome. But anyways, our anvil then, and then what I'll do is I'll set up some item frames so that we can hold our hammers in there. Maybe have like 2 in there. But then maybe our anvil's going to set, say, I don't want it to be right opposite. Maybe offset it so it's sitting like right there. So we've got our smelter sitting here, and then our anvil. And then we'll have a border stone, then we'll have drawers, and then the edge of the building there. And then once again, border stone, drawers, edge of building, like that. And I think we're going to do, like I said, I think we're going to do the retaining wall with cobblestone. So we'll go ahead and just bring up cobblestone there, bring up cobblestone there. Of course, right in here is going to be some drawers. And then bring up cobblestone there. Yeah, because I don't think a wood pillar would look that great. I think the fence going into the cobblestone right there would look best. And then if we come over here and bring it up there, I think that'll be good. And then right around this, I'm not sure if I want to do this cobblestone around through here. Yeah, I actually like that quite a bit, I think. Okay, so this is going to, I think I'm going to have the stairs be, well, actually the stairs will probably sit right in here and just step up, and then it'll go up right there. So I'm going to have to bring this out one more, I guess, to there, and then I would have the stairs be like those 2 blocks, just 2 wide. Yeah. And then I'll have I'm gonna have to get architecture craft to do some railings, maybe with the oak wood. Yeah. Okay, so now that we've got that, I guess let me bring this up, and I'm just gonna bring this across like that, and that's gonna be kind of like the retaining wall for this building, and then for the house part of it, because I think the Pokeball Workshop should have a house, right? I think most of our builds, because this series is going to be very build focused, I think most of our little areas are going to have houses of some sort, like a place that the shop owner or the citizen would sleep. And then technically, it's creative mode only, but I might use it for our town, and I can use it for other people's towns. There's an NPC editor where you can make NPCs, so maybe I could like put NPCs in here and just kind of make it, a little bit nicer. We'll see. And I actually haven't tried the NPC editor, and might even be able to do Pokemon. Which, if so, that would be kind of cool too. But I wouldn't mind being able to do like shop owners and stuff. Once we get areas established for them, that's kind of like the trade-off is we build a shop, and then we can populate with a shop owner. Would be kind of cool. But okay, so that's there, and then I think the next thing that I should do, just to get this little area really kind of fleshed out, or started to being fleshed out, let me pull up the drawers, and I need to get a framing table. Okay, so there's our trim, and then we're going to get our framing table. And I don't really know if I care to have a drawer controller on that. I'm not going to make one at the moment. I really don't have a spot for it, to be perfectly honest. And the thing about drawer controllers, compacting drawers, controller slaves, we can't dye them. I think the only place that I might use a drawer controller is my central storage. Because, I mean, this pack, honestly, it's the kind of pack we could even not have drawers. I like having drawers just because visually they're more appealing than just putting chests down. And in a lot of ways, they're more convenient. Like, as I get Pokemon drops, I can just go and dump them off and void upgrades and stuff like that. But we don't really have the amount of stuff to where it's that we have to have it. It's more just like it's nice to have it. So, okay, so let me get, I'm going to do full drawers for this. I'm just going to do full drawers. So I might actually have to go chop some wood. I do have some dark oak here. But let me go ahead and I'm going to need 6 more chests. And then I need a little bit more sticks here. Okay, so there's that. And let me actually just go ahead and pull this up. I'm going to take it over there. And then let's see. I'm going to want something that contrasts against that cobblestone. And I'm actually thinking either that contrasts or really goes with it. The white-gray walls might actually work nicely. Sand and nether quartz, you get 4. Let me try this. I mean, at worst, I've wasted like 6, I've got the sand on me. At worst, I've wasted like 6 sand and 2 nether quartz, so. And really haven't wasted it because I will be using the white-gray walls, I'm sure, somewhere. But let's just put this up against that. And what we would be looking at is something like that. I actually think that's pretty good. Because then, of course, it'll have the apricorn on the front and then the ingot and so on. So actually, I do believe I'm going to go with that. I don't want it to clash too much against the wall there. And that actually kind of goes pretty well with it, I think. Still having like a noticeable difference there, but the color scheme kind of works together. And it's going to kind of look like almost like item frames there. We are going to spruce this up here in just a minute. Maybe here in a minute. I don't know. But yeah, I think that's what I want to do. And then if we pop over, I have to go grab my apricorns. Might be quicker just to drop Pidgeot down and just have it. This is going to be my building helper for this episode. Okay, let's pop over here. And then I can just go through and drop in my apricorns. Blue and white. I have so many white apricorns. It's ridiculous. And then pop back over here. Yeah, that's a lot quicker. And then I'm going to grab that. And then I'm also going to keep iron here. Probably just until a drawer gets filled or something like that. But we'll see. And you know, technically there's no need for storage upgrades. I mean, you can, but... So there's the stuff that we're going to have over here. And then I'm going to have probably an item frame somewhere with my hammers. But let me go ahead and bring this wall up because it's driving me insane. And then I think that's good. Okay, so then we'll start with the roof of this little area. And this little roof, it's going to be kind of almost like an overhang that comes off the main building. And then what I'll do is, you know, maybe we start the roof. Okay, this only comes at 3 blocks. Let's go ahead and bring this up 1 more layer so that we can work off of this. And I'm thinking the stairs will kind of come up to about that layer, and then you would go into the house. So this is basically going to be like an overhang that comes off the wall of the building. Where the housing would be, right? So, and the roof's actually going to sit probably, it's going to start coming down right there and just kind of come off. I don't think I want to slant it. I think I just want to have it like come off almost straight-ish. So Chinese workshop, there's so many. You're almost overwhelmed with the options on roofing. In truth, but I think I want to go with the wood roof. Okay, so we're gonna have to make some black bricks, black clay. That's clay around black dye. Okay, you know what? I don't think I have ink sacs. So what I'm probably gonna have to do right here is make organic dye from Ender.io to pull this off. Ink sacs, they drop, but I don't live near an ocean, and so I just don't have a bunch of them. I do have a lot of ender pearls building up, but okay, so let me go ahead and get this sag mill running. I'm just gonna throw in like 6 pieces of coal, I guess. So I'm gonna get like 5 slime balls, and then I'm gonna run this stuff together in there. Oh, it uses 2 slime balls. Oh, that's still good. And then we'll get our organic black dye. And then we can take that. There's our black clay, and then we can just get this smelted up real quick. And we'll have each one of these makes 3 black bricks. So we're going to get 24 black bricks per craft, basically. And then see, like, that makes 12. So I mean, the stuff goes pretty far. Okay, our black bricks are done. So we'll go ahead and take those. And actually, now that I think about it, should I mean, the only use for apricorns is making apricorn seeds, or smelting them into the cooked apricorns. I might actually store the cooked apricorns and not the base ones. Okay, so I'm just going to make as many of these as I can, because I know that by the time, well, I know we'll eventually need them for making roof pieces. So let's go ahead and make ourselves some black roof tiles to get started. And it is left alt and scroll. And see, we can change between these different blocks with the mod. Okay, and then for the roof, I think what I'm going to do, let me put that there for just a second. I'm going to have it come out like that. Like down at that layer. Let me see something. If I set this to slab top. Yeah, I think that's what I want to do. So I'm going to bring these out just down along through here. And then we'll probably add like a bottom, maybe. Or no, maybe not. I'm not sure. Let me see. But anyways, we're going to run this over to like right there. And then let's go ahead and switch this to that. And we'll run this over. Okay. So something like that. And then, which I'm debating if I want this deck to be open or not. I have to decide on that. But what I want to do is let me think. What do I want to do here? Build this up. Well, actually, I should go ahead and put the curve on this. So what we're going to do is we're going to have this turn like that. And then it's going to come over. I'm sorry, I need the top for this. I'm still using the bottom. And actually, I'm going to try something on that corner that I think will look good here in just a second. We'll go ahead and bring that out like that. And then I've got to make some more of those. And let me go ahead and just make some more of them. Another 24. And, which actually I think, yeah, these are done. But let's go ahead and then bring our slabs out. Oops. Like that. But that's what it looks like at the moment. Now, if we change this to the type J, I think it can actually fit into here. No, but this one right here, the black roof ridges, and do this one here. Oops. So it's like that, and then kind of comes out. I think that's better. I do believe. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put another layer here, and I might actually put another one right there. I think so. And then we'll bring out the slabs. And this is actually going to be the top layer of it. So it's going to have like this flattish design, but just a little bit of a slant to it, I think is what I want to do. I think. So let me grab that. Chinese Workshop's one of those where there's just so much stuff in here that it's so easy to miss things. It really, really is. Okay, so there we go. And then I guess I'll bring this wall up one more. Because this stuff's going to be plugging into the bottom half of that wall. And then, and that's gonna give us a little bit more open ceilings once this is on. But you know what? That's sticking through. Yeah, I'm just gonna have that one because that's gonna, if I do it there, it's gonna stick through all funny like, unless I put another ridge block on it or cover up the bottom. I am planning on covering up the bottom of this though, so I'm not sure. But we'll go ahead and get the rest of this on there and then we'll decide. So I've got to remember which block is the flat, kind of the flat block for this. I was thinking it was one of the ridges. Black roof ridge top. Maybe this is the one. And if I put these together, yeah, I think the ridges are the one I want. The ones I want. Let me go ahead and do a few more of those. And get these to line up here. The black roof ridge tops, I think. Okay, and I want the ridges. I want the black roof tile ridge, I think. And then if I did like that, is that what I want to do? I feel like I should either bring it up again or change this to ridge. Yeah, I'm going to change that to ridge here in just a second. So, but if you connect up ridges, that's what it looks like. It does kind of this like pattern here. And let me go ahead and pull all of this up. And this will all be covered. You won't be able to see up there. Basically, you're going to see this, but you're not going to see all of that, you know, all the bottom of this. So I'm going to need some more ridges real quick. So let me get, yeah, like 20 of those. And I'm just going to bring this out like that. Okay. Be something like that. Kind of flat on the top. I don't want it to be too arched, you know, like just going up and up and up. And then I just have to put something over all of this. basically just covering this. I actually kind of like these little ridges that run down through there, as long as we had something blocking this. So I've got to figure out what I want to put there. And then we'll see how it looks, if we like it. But there's some really good stuff for the build that I have in mind. Like there's like the rammed earth. There's also the field ridges. Plus there's just like a lot of decor type stuff. And I think what I'm going to try here is dark oak slabs. We're going to see how that looks real quick. Don't come chasing after me. I know, you're Eradicate. I'm aware. Let me dump off some of this stuff real quick. We'll see how dark oak looks. You know, I'm still getting used to all these textures, so we'll see. I guess technically I could probably use netherrack as well, like run it through Architecture Craft. It might look alright to make a slab. Yeah, that's not about to happen. Unless that's actually oak wood. Maybe it's just the color. It looks lighter in JEI. That might be the case. I'm going to have to get some oak wood real quick. I got to try that. So, I really hate chopping down all my trees. I'll go over here. I need to just go like somewhere off-site and cut a bunch of trees down because I don't want to destroy very many trees here. I haven't. I've cut down a couple that were just in the way, basically, of places that I knew I didn't need them. But until I get my little like tree farms, not tree farm like auto stuff, but just my tree grove, my tree nursery. Until I get that in place, I don't want to, you know, I don't want to cut down many trees here. So, I did cut down a few on this hilltop, but that's because, you know, I'm building here, so. Let's go ahead and do that. Let me get some slabs. Okay, that does match, actually. Okay, so that I don't mind. Can't go dark oak. It contrasts way too much. I think just the oak wood looks great. Basically just so I can hide a lot of those like roof tops that are kind of sticking through, and plus this right here where it kind of comes down, it gives this little area a little bit of character, I think. Okay, so there we go. And then I've got to look into the edging and see if I want to use any of that real quick so we can get the roof finished off. We actually got quite a bit done in this episode. I don't think we'll get this part. We'll probably work on this decking or the house part in the next build episode, and then it'll probably take maybe like 3 build episodes, but then we'll get this building all done and we'll have our first building done. The nice thing is with a pack like this, we can actually just, instead of being like, okay, I need to start this building because this is where this goes that I need to start, we can pretty much just focus this one build down until it is done, you know. And that's going to be nice. That's going to be really, really nice. Okay, so the edging, let me make this one really quick. And then we've got all these different options here. Basically, it's different types of building materials. We're going to go with the wooden one, of course, because that's what we're using. And honestly, I'm not even sure that I'm going to use edging anywhere, because that's basically what edging does. And where you would normally use it is like here, so I could put that there and then put actually I'll probably use it here maybe, but since we went with a full rounded instead of like a slant, I do have that sticking out. Oh, it's because I had the wrong one, actually. That's the one that I need, so you can see it's not sticking out right there, but I think I like having that. The actual house roof might be a little bit more ornate. Also, the roof that goes over this deck area that goes up is going to be a little bit more ornate. But this right here, I think we're going to have some edging on this one. Um, so we're going to drop... Oops. I think I'd place it, yeah, right there. We're going to drop that, and then I've got to get one of the other ones, which is this one right here. I need that. So I'm going to have to make some sticks real quick. Okay, so then we'll put that right there. And there we go. Now it all kind of matches up, and it actually hooks into here. And then on this side, I don't think we're going to have this edge, because this is all going to actually plug into this decked in area. But then that decked in area, the roof's going to come up and plug into the side of the house here. I think I'm gonna think about it a little bit between episodes, but I think that's how I want to do it. I do believe. I think so. So let's go ahead and bring this over one more, and then I'm gonna bring that up right there for sure. And then I've got, I could do that. I just realized this doesn't line up. I don't know what I was doing there. But I actually don't mind this coming out here, I don't think. And the reason being is I actually think I'm going to have this... yeah, I actually think I'm going to have this open, and there's going to be a little spot out here, maybe like a shrine or something. Maybe. I've got to make some more of those temple blocks here in just a second, but we'll have this come over. Okay, so I'm going to bring this down right here, and I've got to figure out how I want to do this edge. If I want the fence to go into it, or not. Not for sure, but I'm going to open that up right there. And so we can actually walk out to here, and then we'll be able to walk out to this little section. Because I think I'm going to put a shrine here, and either that or maybe like an overlook. Because I'm thinking about putting something on this little hill, and maybe cut these trees down, put something on that hill, and so this would be kind of like an overlook that, you know, you can look out on it, I think. And then I might actually just bring this fence, have this fence wrap around, not the cobblestone part, but just bring this fence out and have it wrap around that little overlook. But I'm not for sure. I'm not for sure. So, okay, so let me go make some more temple blocks really, really quick. Okay, there's a few temple blocks. And I'll just run that out. Okay. Alright. And let me go ahead and pull this stuff out of the way. Okay. So, let's see. I'm thinking bring that up there and bring that up right there. I'm going to have to make one more fence. And actually, let's move this over. Yeah. So that's where you exit out into. That way there's a little bit more space, because this was actually like right up against the edge there. And honestly, I may not even fill this in. I might just leave this open like that. Yeah, maybe so. And then what if I did more like that? Yeah. Yeah, I like that. So these are more just like pillars. This fence is basically keeping you from falling off. It's not really fencing. It doesn't feel as fenced in an area this way, I think. Because something about opening that up and separating that fence section makes this just feel a lot more open to me. So, yeah, we're going to do that. And then this would walk out to that overlook section, which part of me feels like I should pave all this. But, I mean, this is kind of a nature spot workshop, and that would be more like if I had a castle. You know, I could pave this and there's a big overlook. But this is more just like a little forge area that's set up. And let me pull these up, because they're starting to bug me now because they're taking up my floor space. And then I'm going to have to deal with this, but actually I know this episode is about at wrapping up point. I'm not exactly sure because I've got to edit down, because whenever I do building videos, this one actually hasn't taken a whole lot of time, but something's battling me. But sometimes, you know, they'll take a whole lot longer than what the edited footage is, because I'll be like looking at something. I'm like, how do I want to do this? But I'm not exactly sure how long. Some of the building episodes, they may end up pretty long, and that's not. You know, I'm not trying to make them really long. It's just how things work out. So, but that's where we're at so far. But we'll pick back up in the next episode, and what we're going to be doing is we will attack lighting here. I don't know that we'll do it next episode. Probably not. And then we'll work on this, but probably not next episode. I think next episode what I want to do is I want to get this deck section brought up, maybe. Either that or get this. Actually, I might work up here a little bit. That way I can see where I want that deck to lead up to, like the exact elevation stuff. And that way we can get that put in, and then easily put the deck in that goes up to it. I think that's what we're going to be trying to work on next episode. Just depends. Is the deck and getting that lined up to how we want it. So I say deck. It's going to be like a raised area that goes up, like a staircase. But wood, and there's going to be like a wood deck here that connects out to that you step up into, and it's going to have a roof probably over it, unless I change my mind. I'm going to say, yeah, it's going to have a roof over it. But yeah, that's the plan. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. We will get this furnace, the blocks around it too, maybe probably next episode, because this is where the chimney section is going to come up. That's actually perfect size too, because I can run something up here. It doesn't have to be like a full block space. You know, something maybe with little tiles and a little chimney that comes up, and it's going to fit nicely. And yeah, okay. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, as always, be sure and hit that like button and go ahead and subscribe if you're not already to stay updated with when new videos come out. And I hope to see you guys next time. So until then, as always, do take care, stay safe, and I'll see you guys then.